So, we back in the mines. Good morning, gamers. Welcome back to the Minecraft Guide. Today is a building episode. Next episode is a building episode. But in today's episode, we're doing something huge. Real quick, though, with the recap, check this out. Yep. It went well. It went really well. Last episode was good. Before we do anything, though, a special message from George. So, today we're going to build the very first auto-smelter of this world, which is crazy to say, but yes. This world is 1,435 days old, and we have not built a single auto-smelter in this entire world. This is the very first one. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit more advanced over here at the base, too. 10th Empire is great and all, but it hasn't been very advanced. Until today. So, we're gonna also finish up the mining zone in today's episode. It's been sitting for a while, and it's good. We've been making progress on it slowly, but it needs to be finished. We need to finish the whole zone today, so that's gonna be the plan. Then, next episode, we're finally gonna do it. So, I think with these auto smelters, what I want to do here is have, like, one normal furnace, and then one furnace for smelting, like, ores and stuff. So, a blast furnace, which means I'm gonna need smooth stone, like smooth stone. Like, not just stone, like you smelt it up again. And I'm actually going to end up making 2 of these things today, so that's going to mean 2 furnaces, 1 normal furnace, 1 blast furnace, 6 chests, and 6 hoppers. Smooth stone, perfect, there we go. I always forget that you have to use a furnace to make the blast furnace. I feel like this is kind of weird. Like, there definitely could be a better recipe, right? So these 2 auto smelters that we're going to set up today are going to be big. We're going to probably end up using these things a lot, especially for smelting up, like, all of the ores that I got in the last episode. Like, they're going to be important. I'm thinking, like, in this area, we're going to turn this whole corner over here to the mining zone. So that means this tree right here is going to have to go, unfortunately. And, you know what? We might be able to leave that tree. That tree can stay, but this one is definitely going to have to go. And then the animal pen. Unfortunately for the animals, or fortunately, we're going to have to move the pen. I think what I'm going to do with this pen for now, I'm torn. See, I want to put it, like, over there, but at the same time, I feel like just pushing it out here and setting it, like, right here is probably the better way to go. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to move the animals over there, take that tree down, and take this tree down. Starter house, where is the starter house? That is a really good question. I can't exactly answer the question today. I've been seeing it a lot, though. But don't worry. It's on the way. Also, while we prep some stuff, I would like to say, Pearlescent Moon. If you haven't heard of her, she's one of the new hermits, Season 8. I've been loving what she did. She was the very first Season 8 Hermitcraft episode that I watched. Hold on. Let me make this clear. I am not joining Hermitcraft. This is not a hint at Hermitcraft. Just because I reply to Hermitcraft, or say it, it is not a hint at Hermitcraft. Yeah, just wanted to get that one out of the way really quick. Yeah, anyways, Pearlescent Moon, highly recommend what she's doing. Very, very interesting. I'm going to leave a link to her channel down in the description. Highly recommend, after this video, check her out. If you're into building, you will definitely like her channel. She's a really good builder. Alright, so look, animals, I am so sorry. Your pen is not exactly big, but it's bigger. This is the new animal pen. It's going to go right here. And we're going to put them all inside of it. I think like this. Just come right in. Come on. And you're trapped. No, not yet. Not yet. Stay there. And you're trapped. Stay right there. So what do we have? I think I have 3 sheep, which means 1 got out and 3 cows. Or no, I have them all. 3 and 4. That's exactly it. Transfer the carpet over. Add a couple torches. And we're good. And just like that, after I finished setting the pen up, I realized that I didn't move it far enough. So I had to move it again. I pushed it even further away from this mining area. Hopefully it's good now. Okay, so this auto smelter. We have to think about the placement of this thing. My first idea was sitting like right here, kind of like facing everything. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to build something on that hill right there. And I want the view of this area to be like not blocked at all. Like we can just look and like see into the whole mining zone. See like the cave that we're not going to do anything with today. But yeah, like see the whole mining zone. So that means that I think what we want to do instead is put this thing off to the side. So probably like in this spot right here, and that's also going to be this tree also has to go. I wanted to save it because they're cool and they're different, but it won't work. Auto smelters are amazing for automatically smelting. Let's say you have a bunch of things that you're trying to smelt up, maybe all of this stone right here, but you don't want to stand there in the furnace and like cycle this stuff in. then an auto smelter. An auto smelter is what you're going to need. To make the auto smelter even more amazing, even better, they're so easy to build. You need like basically nothing to build these things. So this is how you're going to build one. You're going to start with a chest on the ground, and you're going to place a hopper going into that chest. On top of the chest, you're going to place a furnace of some type. It could be a furnace, it could be a blast furnace, it could be a smoker. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Then you're going to take another hopper and put it going into the side of the furnace like that. Then, after that, you're going to jump on top of the furnace and place a hopper going down, just like that. Then one right there, and one right there. One chest, one chest. Look at this thing. It's amazing, and it's actually pretty ugly looking, but look at it. So this is literally all you need to do to set up an auto smelter. Now, we're going to have a second one right next to it, and I think what I'm going to do is join the chests together. So the second one going right next to it, we're going to do basically the same thing. Start with a chest there, hopper going into it. This time we're going to put a blast furnace on top of the hopper, so just like that. Hopper on the side, hopper on the top right there. Then a chest over here. This one's going to be a separate chest though. And then one of those right there. Now instead of chests, you could use barrels if you want. We might come back and change them, depending on what we do with the design. But auto smelter, 1 and 2. Right there. Now, if you're new to auto smelters, I would recommend labeling these things with like a item frame or a sign or something. But here's how it works. So look at the furnace. We have the top, we have the middle, and then we have the bottom. Even though this is in the middle, pretend that's the bottom. That's the output. Take a look at the auto smelter. We have a top, a middle, and a bottom. They correspond to the furnace. So in the top goes whatever you're trying to smelt. So we're going to actually start by cooking up some deepslate. We're going to put that up there inside of this chest, and it's going to start funneling into the furnace. In the side, we're going to put fuel. So that could be coal, it could be lava buckets, it could be blaze rods, whatever. We're going to put coal in the side one right there. And then finally, in this bottom one, we're going to put nothing. If we give this thing some time and let the furnace smelt stuff up, then after a while, any minute, there we go. Deepslate right there. That's the very first block of deepslate that we own. Because technically all of this stuff is cobble deepslate, so, you know, completely different block. But, yep, there we go. Very first block of deepslate. Now, what am I going to do with this? I don't know quite yet. I was thinking about maybe mixing some deepslate on the chimney. That might look good. So, in the blast furnace side, we're going to put things that need to be smelted up with a blast furnace. So, like iron ore, copper, you know, stuff like that. And then on this side, we're going to put things that, like blocks that I want to smelt up. So now what I could do is I could add cobblestone in here because I'm going to smelt up some cobblestone, put a little bit more coal inside of here. And the cobblestone is going to filter into this hopper and then wait because the deep slate is inside of the furnace right now. Whenever the deep slate finishes, the cobblestone will start filtering into the furnace and start smelting that stuff up, and it's amazing. It's so nice. So you could fill this chest up, and actually you could string more hoppers and chests on top of it, and just load a bunch of chests up with a bunch of stuff, and let it smelt. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to make this thing look good. I was thinking spruce wood, because we've used spruce wood around here. I think spruce wood could look good, but instead of just normal spruce wood, maybe we strip it. Like, strip spruce wood on the side, and maybe even right here, instead of like just spruce wood like that, we could do a spruce staircase. And then I was thinking maybe a barrel right there and a barrel right there. I think that could look nice. One thing that I do think I want to do though, now that I look at it, and I'm being like so crazy about this, but I think I want to push it all back one block. Like if I literally just move it one block back, I think it would make this area feel way more open. So that's going to stop. All of this can just turn off. We're moving it back. The crane aged even more. Well, we still really need honeycombs, but look, it's older up there too now. I hate it. Now, barrels are a pretty sweet-looking block, actually. I really, really like them for building, even though I don't use them as much. This is what I think we're going to do. We're going to put the barrels facing backward, so then when we take this off, look at that texture right there. Like, that's really clean looking. Like, it's cool. And then, I think to, like, link everything up, we do a staircase right there and a staircase right there, so that kind of, like, curves up. I want to leave these furnaces showing. I think furnaces are pretty cool looking. Then, the top of this thing. So, I was thinking that we could maybe try and make some kind of arch on this thing. It's like a tight area, so I don't know how well it's gonna work. But we could maybe start with like another staircase going out like that. That might look good. So it's gonna be the same over there, like that, and then maybe some slabs up top and more barrels in the middle. So barrels in the middle for sure. This time I think we want to place them like that, so we have those lines going across like that. I think that looks pretty cool. But the big question here is this arch. So can we do an arch like this, where we just put slabs right there? It's like a small compact arch, but does it work? I mean, I think it kind of works. I think that's kind of good. I would say that that's kind of what we're looking for. Sweet. But deep slate. So I think the other thing that this auto smelter could use is definitely some deep slate. What I'm thinking is deep slate on the side, and it goes up and like curves around like maybe like a staircase or something. Same thing on the other side and goes up. And then we maybe make this thing a little bit thicker on the back here. And then like right in the middle, like right here, we do a 2x2 going like straight up. And then we do like a same chimney thing like that, except on the top of this one, we put like smoke coming out of it with campfires. And then it looks like some gigantic furnace like sitting outside. It'll be be taller than the crane. We're gonna make some renovations to that probably too. But yeah, I think that would look really, really cool. And maybe actually, we could actually use our new deep slate right here. We could fill this in a little bit more like that. We won't see it anyways. And we could do deep slate on the bottom, like facing out like that. I think that would be pretty cool. It's gonna have to go back at least 2 blocks. I think probably 2 is good. Then we could like curve it around somehow. This would go, I think, just like straight down to the ground behind all of this. I think that'll look good. Then maybe what we do is we have this side like pop out, and that stays thin in the middle maybe. And we like fill that in. Fill all of this in. Maybe not. We'll have to figure that out. You know what, honestly, we could probably just do this. Along the bottom on the back. The back isn't very important anyways. We can just run that straight across on the back, and then if I need to add detail, don't know if I will, but I could. We have the different blocks right there. I think that'll look good. And then we could actually maybe leave this open or do like walls in there instead to give a little bit of depth to the back of the thing. There we go. I also want to make this look better, so we can do spruce log right there, and maybe leave them like that. I think the darkness below the chest is cool looking. Maybe a couple slabs with a brand new recipe. We could do the slabs like there and there. That could look good. It makes it like wrap around and follow the whole arch that we were setting up. Same thing on the other side, of course. And then the chimney bit. But I think the chimney bit on this thing should be built out of something different. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the bricks or the tiles. The tiles are amazing, but I think they might be a little bit too dark. See, the tiles, we used them somewhere in here. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we used like no tiles. All right. Tiles it is. We'll try the deep slate tiles on the top. If it doesn't work, we'll change it. But I also need to use my smelter right here. Deep slate tiles inside of there. We put fuel right over here, just a little bit. And that's going to smelt up and actually crack the tiles. Now, you could also take the stuff out of the furnace right here if you wanted to. But you add the chest right here so you could have like even more things smelting up and it all just piles into the chest. It makes it easier. Cracked deep slate tiles, the very first. I think if we change some of these tiles to the cracked ones, it'll make this thing look a little bit more detailed, like worn out. You see that little detail in there? It's subtle, but I think it's nice. And then actually, on the top of this thing, I don't know if it's going to work out very well, but we'll do polished deep slate stairs instead of like the same thing that we did on the chimney, so it's different. Last but not least, basically, I need campfires and signs. So this is how it's looking right now. I added some walls over there to get the like whole curve going really, really good in there. I think that looks sweet. Now, hopefully this works out, but a campfire sitting on top of there in like a 2x2, and then I'm going to put signs around the edge of the campfires to kind of hide them and make them blend in a little bit more. So the campfires sit up there like that, and then the signs sit on there like that. You know, one thing that I think 1.17 was missing big time, and I don't really know why they didn't put it in, because we have like an iron version. What about a copper trapdoor? Imagine like copper trapdoors up here. It would just be literally like the iron one, but copper. Maybe it just doesn't oxidize. Or if they could figure it out and make it oxidize, that would be sweet too. But copper trapdoors would literally be perfect on top of this thing, and it would make it match everything else in this area really well, including the crane. Oh yeah, and the back of the thing. So this is what I'm doing. I have staircases right there to support the chimney, make it look good. Putting tile walls in there, right there, to make that look good. The back is going to be way more basic. Doesn't matter as much though. I think that's good. So now that the auto smelter is finished, we need to grab all of the raw iron that I have. So the 17 right there, all of this stuff, and then we're going to do the copper after, but the iron first, and then some fuel, and get smelting. Maybe I'll come back once I have more leather and put item frames on here. That could look pretty cool. But raw iron in the top right there. And the side, we'll put a stack of coal. And then in the other side over here, we'll also put a stack of coal. Okay, so that's going to run. Smelt up all of the iron right there really quickly and throw it in this bottom chest. Sweet. Now we need to move on to the rest of the mining zone. This whole area over here. So I want to set up a wall. I definitely think this area needs kind of like a definite border. The wall is going to be pretty short. I think what we're going to do is have the wall go from like about this spot right here. Like we'll have it kind of just end right behind this thing and go basically like straight over to like, I guess this spot right here. I think on the wall, I should probably use walls and iron bars. I think that would be cool. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go wall, iron bar, wall, iron bar. We're going to have an opening right here, maybe 2 spaces. Then we're going to go iron bar, wall, iron bar, wall. To make it look a little bit better, I'll push the hill back like that. That'll look good. Iron bars are expensive right now, but it's fine. We have to do it. So we'll do iron bars like that, small section right there. Iron bars like that, small section right there. I have to push this back even more. It's really not much, but I think it works. We could maybe do that too. That makes it look even more cool. We'll do that. There we go. It's not much, but it kind of closes off this spot. We'll do the same thing over here. Just a small wall with iron bars. Sugarcane. I love it. It's great. But I have to move the farm. We're going to make a big sugarcane farm pretty soon. Or at some point. But for now, we'll put maybe like 2 right there. And then we'll plant more over here. And we'll keep the farm a little bit smaller right now. It's painful. It's really painful and I don't like it. But we have to. So now, next up, I want to have piles of rocks all over the place. Kind of like I did with the tuff over there, but with granite and andesite. These rock piles don't have to be very big. They just have to be piles. So what I was thinking is maybe we do something like that. Just kind of pile this stuff around over here. I think it's going to make this area look even more like a mining zone. So maybe like a clump of granite like that maybe. I feel like that's probably good. Don't want it to be too tall after all. Maybe we actually shave that off. It needs to look natural. Maybe something like that. That looks like a kind of like a natural pile. I think that's good. Next up, andesite, which I have actually way more of this stuff. Where could we put an andesite pile? Maybe we could put it like right here if we kept it small. Maybe we'll do like a couple andesite piles. Maybe small pile right there. I feel like that looks good. And then maybe another small pile. Maybe another small pile in this corner over here. We won't see it very much, at least right now. But I think it could look nice over here. So maybe something like that. So we have the andesite pile. We have the tuff right there. And then we have another one right there. And then we can still walk through here. I want to keep my walking path pretty clear. The main walking area is pretty simple. It just cuts right through the middle. So we can walk over to that, walk over to that, walk over to that. Yeah, just straight through here. Fine. I don't like it, but fine. We'll add a pile of this stuff too. I think it could actually look decent over there. But not this stuff, though. Like, the stuff doesn't look decent. The pile itself, like the idea of adding a pile in here, the pile looks okay. Not what it's built out of, to be very clear. And then maybe, once I get more different stone types, I'll come in and, like, swap the bad ones out. Like, swap that out, maybe change that for something else, too. Like, calcite could be really cool right there. But for now, I think in terms of stones, that's pretty decent. So check out what this person did with the crane. This is so good looking. Like, with the chains right there and the grindstones. And then this big, like, chunk of blocks right there, that's amazing looking. We need to fix the crane. I'm going to change these iron bars to candles once I have candles. That's going to look good. So when it comes to a box on the back of the crane, I think we could probably build this thing out of deep slate. Just plain old cobbled deep slate. I think it'll make it match that pretty well and look balanced. But deep slate back here, and I think what we want to do is basically box it around this fence, kind of, and maybe put, like, slabs on the top, and then we could run... or maybe we do slabs on the bottom too. Yeah, slabs on the bottom. And then I do spruce signs running along this thing. So we have this like stripe down the middle to match the rest of the crane. I think that'll look good. Slabs on the bottom, slabs on the top though. Oh yeah, so we have that balanced like counterweight thing right there. And then I added that little support in there. So it curves down like over that way and supports the crane even more, which looks so much better. That looks so good. Thank you. R3MC0_2. You're a genius. I forgot about chains and their entire existence, and I'm sorry. Obviously, it should have always been chains. Forget the fences. The fences are great and all, but it always should have been chains. We're going to do chains right here instead. I think what I want to do is chains going into a fence. Just one fence, though. I don't think we need more than one. And then I need to create like a bundle right there. Now, we actually haven't used very much cobblestone in here, so what I want to see is if I could create a small chunk of cobblestone being lifted out of the mines here. So maybe something like that, and then we could, like, round it with, like, maybe staircases, maybe? Hey, wait, there's more iron right there. I should definitely put that in the furnace. Or you know what? Maybe what we should do is make it, like, random. So it's, like, kind of, like, piled there, right? So it's, like, not perfect. And then, of course, some kind of basket in here for the stuff to actually be being lifted out of the ground inside of. So I think what I'm going to do is just build this entire thing out of oak trap doors. It'll look fine, I think. Put them, like, going up on the side like that, wrapping all the way around. How does it all work? I have no clue. Does it even fit? Of course it fits. Hopefully this isn't too big looking for the crane. No. Yeah. I think that looks good. I think that looks fine. I think that's good. Okay, so here's the mining zone now, looking a whole lot better, but there is still one big problem. And that's going to be the ground. The ground is really, really plain looking. And then this stuff right here is just bunched up in exactly the wrong spots. So I think what we could do here to keep this stuff like easy to use is like leave it outside. Like I set up some kind of like bench area right there. So I have the crafting table, the stone cutter right there. I could put a path in here and definitely, I don't know how much gravel I have. Not very much. But I could put gravel in here, or excuse me, coarse dirt in here on the ground to make it look more like worn out and construction sitey. I think the path in here is just going to be path blocks, just cutting through here. That could be fine. I'll just make like a random path setup in here. It'll go over to this house right there. The path will run over this way into this area. It'll curve over towards that hole right there. It'll cut through over to there, and then probably cut over to there too. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Okay, so the path can't be the path on the top block. We'll pull coarse dirt there instead. That'll be fine. So another thing that I wanted to add to this area today, actually, which unfortunately I can't do, was a mine unloader system. I wanted to do mine carts coming out of the ground here, going all the way up to the surface, so I could like send deep slate back up to the surface when I'm mining it, which is going to be a lot for sure. But I need quartz for a comparator, or a couple comparators. I was going to do a big system, and I don't have those things, so it's impossible. And I can't do it. I could add it later if I want to. I'm out of gravel. There's more over there. Or I could find more in the mines. Here it is. We end today's episode with a great triumph. Another patrol happened while I was working on this area, and the patrol's gone. But here it is, the mining zone. So I would say that this area is in a pretty good spot for today. I've been thinking about that pile of rocks in there. I think maybe I kind of want to change it to like deep slate. I think what I'll do is I'll get like this version of deep slate and then like deep slate ores eventually and like pile it in there. I think that could look really, really cool. But for now, we'll leave it like that. I have the path cutting through here. I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't know. I can't decide. Like, it's the best path that fits this area for sure, but is there a better path? For now, temporary is a necessary evil, the torches. I put the torches all over this place. The light level still isn't even good enough, but lanterns. Eventually, I will replace the torches with lanterns on the ground. I think that would look good. The last thing that I need to do is start actually moving all of this stuff inside of the building. So, originally, when I built that auto-smelter, it had chests, and then I took the chests out, which means I can put the chests in here. Inside of this building, I'm going to be storing all of my stones for now. We're going to build a new storage building over here, probably, and once I do that, we'll have room for, like, a lot of storage in there. This will just be, like, overflow cobblestone storage at that point. Maybe deep slate too, hopefully, if I can get enough of it. But for now, what I'm going to do is just store, like, a bunch of the random, stones that I dig up under the ground. I'm just going to store them in there. Would this look nice? A fence and a fence? I mean, yeah, I think that looks nice. I think that's nice. So, yep, for now, extra stones go inside of this place. I'm just going to kind of throw them in here, try and keep them organized a little bit. And maybe I'll end up putting things like gravel and extra dirt inside of this place too, because I do get them in the mines. I'm not too sure, though. So our deep slate, it's kind of sad. Our deep slate is down to that much right now. We're going to definitely need to mine more of this stuff, because we're going to use it in a really sweet build. But the mining zone, this is what it's looking like right now. Still needs a little bit of work by that cave and maybe some more bushes or something. Maybe change the ground up a little bit more. I'm not too sure. Could look pretty nice with pods all in here. This is what it looks like today. We'll wrap today's episode up with a positive testimony from a viewer. I hit the like button and my inventory filled with deep slate. Aw, man. I love when that happens. Leave a like on today's video. Would you add anything to the mining zone? Would you change anything? Let me know down in the comments below. Definitely, please. And get hyped for the next episode, because I definitely already am. This is going to be really cool. I'm excited to show you what I have planned. I'll see you next time. It's me, your boy. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Goodbye.